Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Joel here with as many reviews as possible, and today we're doing the review of the Adidas CrazyTrain Boost Elite. Alright guys, if you haven't seen my initial impressions about the Adidas CrazyTrain, I highly recommend that you check that out before we start this video. The Adidas CrazyTrains have to be the most surprising shoe that I've reviewed all year long. What makes these shoes so surprising is the fact that they have a full-length Boost midsole, which typically you're going to find on Adidas's running shoes, and is usually associated with comfort and not so much stability. When I first heard about the Adidas CrazyTrains, I was pretty skeptical about the Boost midsole because once again, I, like most people, wear Adidas Boost shoes for comfort. But the Adidas CrazyTrains are one of the most stable training shoes that I have used all year long. But more about the performance later. Let's start with the upper. The CrazyTrains is made from what Adidas is calling close knit. What it is a woven synthetic material that blends your knit kind of feeling upper with your more traditional upper that has a little bit more structure. The shoes are extremely flexible but still have a very good feel to the upper. They're very comfortable and they move with your feet very well. There are some TPU overlays on the upper of the Adidas CrazyTrains. There's going to be one right here, right next to the rope guard. That's going to give you a little bit more protection against rope abrasion. One on the toe cap. And then the main one that's going to be in the medial area of the shoe that rotates all the way around and forms a heel counter for the Adidas CrazyTrains. Once again, unlike knit materials, the close-knit woven upper of the CrazyTrains gives a lot more structure while still remaining very, very flexible. The lacing system of the CrazyTrains is pretty basic, but I never had any issues getting a lockdown fit in these shoes. In my initial impressions video, I mentioned that the outsole pattern is more reminiscent of the one that you're going to find on the women's version of the Crazy Power, and it does a really good job of holding pretty much any surface that you put these shoes on top of. On top of that, there's also a lip that extends out of the lateral side of the shoe and goes around to the rope guard that gives you a little bit more contact area for the CrazyTrains. I did a few rope climbs in these shoes, and not only does the outsole do a really good job of holding the rope guard does a very good job of deflecting the rope against rope abrasion. In the inside of the shoe, there's this TPU bar right here that's going to protect this area, but otherwise this area is exposed, but the rope does not make contact with this area of the shoe anyways. You're mainly going to see rope abrasion coming down the rope, which is going to mainly be on the outside of the shoe. When it comes to sizing your Adidas CrazyTrains, I went with a size 9.5, and I do have Morin's toe. If you don't have Morin's toe, I'm going to say go ahead and go down half a size because the Adidas CrazyTrains do run slightly long. For reference, I typically wear a size 10 in my nanos, and I wear a size 9.5 for my Metcons. So the question that everybody's been asking me about the CrazyTrains, does Boost make these shoes unstable? To get the answer to that question, you have to think about Boost as a midsole material, just like any others, that can be shaped to fit pretty much any style shoe. The Boost in the CrazyTrains is unlike the ones that you're going to find in the Ultra Boost or the NMDs, and is made to be more rigid and incompressible than any other Boost that I've ever come across. These shoes are some of the most stable feeling shoes that I've ever used, Boost or not. There are a couple things that Adidas included to help the Boost retain its shape, mainly the raised outsole, which extends a little bit higher than most boosted shoes. Also, the TPU guard here on the lateral side of the shoe, and this TPU bar on the inside of the shoe, which creates a lot of rigidity in the mid part of the shoe. Still, Boost as a midsole is very flexible, so the shoe's forefoot is extremely flexible. I had absolutely no issues hitting my 90% lifts in the Adidas CrazyTrains. Usually in the back of my head, I'll be thinking about wanting to switch shoes, but I hit every single lift with the utmost confidence in the CrazyTrain Elites. Not only are the Adidas CrazyTrains some of the most stable shoes that I've used all year long, they're also probably the most responsive. Though the midsole doesn't compress that much, I found these shoes to be extremely comfortable for burpees, double unders, box jumps. They are okay for running. They're still a little wide and clunky. At the end of the day, I wouldn't be running any marathons in these shoes, but they should be good enough for any kind of sprints or short distance runs that you're gonna do in any kind of WOD. Now, a couple things that I don't really like about the Adidas CrazyTrains is I think they are a little bit heavy for a training shoe. They are 13 ounces according to my scale. Another thing I don't really like about the Adidas CrazyTrains is that if you don't lace these guys up pretty tightly, you're gonna get a little bit of heel slip in them. But otherwise, the Adidas CrazyTrains are currently my favorite training shoe of 2017. So far, I haven't found a shoe this year that I want to wear as much as the Adidas CrazyTrains. There's something about them that just feels good. They're stable, they're comfortable, they look good. And keep in mind that I'm not really an Adidas Boost head or anything, I just really like these shoes. I think Adidas really hit the nail on the head with the CrazyTrains. I was not that impressed with the Crazy Powers. I thought they were kind of boring. The upper didn't really fit all that well and they were extremely wide. But the CrazyTrains are definitely the real deal and make Adidas a definite contender in the training shoe market. The CrazyTrains do retail for $140, which is a little bit more than your standard training shoes, but I definitely recommend that you spend that extra $10 because you will not be disappointed in the performance of the Adidas CrazyTrains. Like I said before, the Adidas CrazyTrains are the most surprising shoe of the year. Boost aside, these are some of the best performing training shoes that I have ever used. And I highly recommend that you guys check these out. Don't sleep on these ones, they're freaking awesome shoes. If you guys have any questions about the Adidas CrazyTrain Boost Elite, feel free to leave them in the comments section. As always guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching. You can also check out the full review at asmanyreviews.com.